as much as 21 points, and you in overtime. Man. But win's a win. They got the win. They got the win Tuesday night. They're they're right there in the standings. They're right there in the standings. I they switched with Brooklyn because Brooklyn's Brooklyn's 12 game winning streak came to an end tonight against the Bulls. You know, and it wasn't even close. At one point, the Bulls was up double figures. They had to win it by 9. Kevin Durant tried. Kevin Durant, 44 points, 100% shooting from the free throw line. He tried. He did his part. He tried to keep that team together to make sure their win streak continue on. Kyrie contribute with 25. Shot too many threes, but probably because they was coming from behind. But shot way too many threes. You know, unless you're a shooter, which I don't look at Kyrie as a shooter. I look at him as a scorer and a slasher that has a jumper. He has a jumper, but I look at him as more of like a scorer. Unless you're a shooter, you know, the Reggie Millers in the world, those type of the Ray Allens in the world, the Steph Currys in the world, the Klay Thompson in the world. If you are not, if you shoot more than 5 threes, and you didn't make at least 2 of them, you probably should stop shooting threes. He shot 8 threes and only made 1. Again, it was probably because he probably was coming from behind so much. But still, guess what? Get somebody else to shoot then. But I know what you probably asked me though. Who? I mean, Kevin Durant already shot 10 of them, 50%, made 5 of them. But other than Kevin Durant, who else is there? I'm not looking at your point guard. I think he's your point guard. I don't know what he is. The guard, the body on the court. I'm not looking at him to contribute on the shooting. By the way, he didn't even shoot a 3. The body on the court. The whatever guard. I don't know, the point guard, the whatever guard. I'm still waiting for the time comes where he actually contributes like Brooklyn has a big 3. And then I'll say his name. I'll give him his roses. I will say his name. Until then, if I don't say Class's name, if I don't say O'Neal's name, why should I say your name? Why should I say your name? I have no reason to say your name. I would say O'Neal's name today though. 0 for 9, no points. 0 for 8 from 3 points. What I just say about people who missed 5, who shot 5 3-pointers. If you didn't make at least 2 of them, stop shooting threes. Almost every shot that Royce O'Neal shot tonight was a 3-pointer. Well, Wednesday night was a 3-pointer. Almost every shot he shot was a 3-pointer. Almost every one. And then when he finally do shoot a 2-pointer, he still missed it. That's crazy right there. It's a game that they definitely deserve to lose. Kevin Durant did not deserve to lose this game, but they definitely deserve to lose this game. Bulls played a really good game. Bulls had 6 players in double figures. The whole 5-star lineup was in double figures. You know, it wasn't just the DeRozan show. Everybody stepped up, and and everybody step on the gas on the Brooklyn Nets. So now you got Brooklyn down to third in the East right now. You know, they're about third. They're about third in the East right now. And like, whew, the race in the Eastern Conference is tight. It's tight. The Cavs got to win today. Mitchell only got 20 points today. It wasn't a 71 spectacular night like it was Monday night. But it was not about at all about his scoring or whatever. It was about the trust he had for his teammates. It's something I'm not familiar with Donovan Mitchell, and it's probably because he played in Utah. So he didn't really have players on Utah that he could trust offensively, you know, in that same matter. But tonight, Wednesday night, he sure did, man. He had that trust. He had that trust. I seen him where it's basically like 4-1. And I still believe that if he was still in the Jazz, he would have tried to, you know, go up and, you know, maybe draw a foul or something like that. No, I mean he pushed the ball out. He trusts his teammates. And when the game was 88-88, and they need a basket to get this win on Phoenix. And by the way, they was behind them. They was coming from behind with Phoenix. They was coming from behind. Phoenix had a good lead on them throughout the game. Who did he trust? Evan Mobley. Here you go, big fella. Go ahead and get this 15-footer so we can go home. Go ahead, man. Go ahead and get this 15-footer, man. Go ahead. Here you go. Bam. Assist for Mitchell. Game-winning shot from Mobley. Cavs wins. Like, I was not truly big on the Cavs as much as everybody else was in the beginning of the year. Because everybody oh man, they was on the Cavs. Like, and for me, it was like, yeah, you just surprised that they're not, you know, they're not as bad as what we accustomed to seeing them post LeBron. No, they're for real. They're for real, and they're gonna be a problem for somebody in the playoffs. For somebody, they're gonna be a problem in the playoffs. You know, they're for real. You know, and it's and they're fun to watch. It's fun to watch when your best player is a point guard, and he's trusting his teammates. It's fun to watch. You know, it's like the Suns in the mid 2000s, where Steve Nash trusted his teammates. It was fun to watch. You know, the times when LeBron plays point on when he was on the Cavs, on the first time he was on the Cavs. Well, yeah, the first time he was on the Cavs. It was times when it was fun to watch because he trusted his teammates. Now he didn't have the same type of teammates as Donovan Mitchell do, but they were still fun to watch. It's fun to watch when your main player is a point guard and he trusts his teammates. You know, it's just fun to watch. You know what I mean? Like, you can see that trust in Mitchell with this team. So they're gonna be a problem. Boston's still number one, even though, you know, they lost Tuesday. Lost to a OKC team where 5 players scored 20 or more points, and 2 of them came from the bench. That's crazy, but it's true. 5 players of OKC Tuesday night scored 20 points. 2 of them came from the bench, and it was against the number 1 team in the East, the Boston Celtics. But despite that unusual loss, they still top. You know what I mean? Philadelphia, you know, they're 5th in the East right now. They had a good overtime win against the Pacers. Good overtime win against the Pacers. You know, not really a good shooting game from Harden, from James Harden. Not really a good shooting game, but you know, he did his thing. No Embiid tonight. It's all on Harden. He's still throwing up shots, even when they're not going in. He's still doing that, but they got the win. They won by 3 tonight in overtime, 126-129. So the Eastern Conference is looking pretty good right now. The Eastern Conference is looking pretty good. Milwaukee and Brooklyn switch, but I believe they got the same record. I believe they both only got like 12 losses. Do my research real quick. Okay, Brooklyn got 13 losses. Give me a second. I'm gonna make sure I'm 100% accurate. Yeah. So yeah, they got the same record. Both of them 25-13. Just to give a little heads up of how I like to do my my episodes. I have ideas of what I want to talk about. And I get information, because I want to make sure my information is it's accurate. I don't want to say something that people's like, well, he don't know what he's talking about and everything, and it might be times where I might slip. That's my apologies, but I'm gonna make sure that they don't happen as often as it should. You know what I mean? So there might be times where it's like, okay, I'm going to make sure this is right. But a lot of times I like to react on memory. So I'll see scores and I will remember. And I will see stats and I will remember. And if I don't remember, I will be truthful and be like, give me a second. Let me go make sure I'm double check my work, double check my memory, double check my work. Because I do not want to come up here and give false information by mistake. I don't like to rehearse. I like to have a conversation with this microphone. I want everything to come straight off the top of the dome. So that's what Misunderstood is all about. It's gonna be, it ain't gonna be no rehearsal. Ain't gonna be no I'm not here to sound like SportsCenter. I'm here to have a conversation with anybody who's listening. Whoever's listening, we're having a conversation. Just like how you have a conversation with your friends or your coworkers or whatever about the game last night, we're having a conversation. But if I'm double guessing my facts, I will double check my work. So that right there, I wanted to double check my facts, because I was like, do they got 12 losses or 13 losses? They both teams got 13 losses, 25-13. So they switched. Milwaukee back on second, Brooklyn now third, and even though Cleveland is fourth, they're only a game and a half away from Boston. So they could really be Cleveland could be first in the East. It could happen. They could be first in the East. You know what I mean? It's tight.